Hello friends, so as a young family here in the Carolinas, there are some areas we love going to and other areas we avoid going at all costs.
So that's why today we want to share with you 5 places our family avoids in the Charlotte region and why they might not be the best fit for yours either. But stick around until the end because we'll also share our 3 favorite areas to go to as a young family here in the Charlotte and Upper South Carolina region.
Hi, we are James and Madeline Launius, and this one right here is my wife. She is a Charlotte native, and I relocated here from the Midwest about 6 years back. And now I'm a local real estate professional, helping both buyers, sellers, investors, and first-time home buyers alike navigate their real estate journey here in our area. So I get calls, texts, and emails all the time from folks like you looking to buy, sell, or invest here. So don't be afraid to reach out. I'm not a used car salesman that's going to twist your arm. I just want to add value and help you however I can. So give me a call, shoot me a text. My phone number, email, and Calendly link are in the description below and on my YouTube banner.
Also, if you are looking for everything Charlotte and Upper South Carolina, the good, the bad, and everything in between, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. It really does help us out.
Yes.
Okay, let's jump into the places we avoid in Charlotte and Upper South Carolina and why.
Yes, and this first one might be, or it might sound a little counterintuitive, but this is one place we actually do avoid going, and let's talk about why. So, first places our family avoids is Uptown Charlotte. Now, you might say, well, Uptown Charlotte, that's the center of Charlotte in the Carolinas and Upper South Carolina. Yes, it is, but we don't love going there personally. It's honestly pretty crowded, and there's a lot of areas that aren't the best. I will say that during the day, it's relatively safe. It's not obviously, the best place you're going to go during the day, but there are some areas that are pretty good and a lot of things to do. There's the Imagine On Library there in Charlotte that has kids library reading, so that's a great place to take your family during the day.
Strawberry Place, which is also a fun place to take kids.
Yeah, and they also have the Children's Theater of Charlotte in that same building, so they have great musicals like the best/worst Christmas pageant ever. We went to that last year, it was amazing. And there's
with the Bell Theater, is that where we saw the Nutcracker performance last year? That's very nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
A lot of kids go to that. Of course, those are all during the day. We just don't like going at night, so it's just not ideal for kids in late hours, so that's why we kind of avoid it.
Yeah, there's lots of nightlife scenes and trendy areas, but it's not, I think in the season of life that we're in, and really before, I've never been like, let's go to the bars, let's go to the clubs, let's go hit up the whatever. It's just never been my thing. I don't know if it's really been yours either.
No, not much.
Definitely not now as a family for sure. The early bedtimes, if you have kids. We definitely prefer going to more like local chill places for trivia and bringing Roshana with us as well if it's not too late, like coffee shops, little, what are those called? Breweries, yeah. Breweries,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are, there's some near here that we go to here on the South Carolina side of Charlotte, so.
Yeah, or we'll just have like my mom babysit her so we can go on a little date night.
Yeah, but we don't love going up to Uptown if we don't have to.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like the idea of going is fun, but I don't know, when I go, I'm like, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
Some people really love it. I have friends that love Uptown, so
yep.
If that's your thing, go for it.
Yep. Some people love living in Uptown, but there's a lot of safety concerns, it's pretty much the highest crime area in Charlotte, which is usual for any big city, or the closer you are to the city, probably the higher the crime is going to be, even in some of the nicer areas surrounding that specific Uptown part of Charlotte. So fun for a date night, maybe sometimes if you want to stay in a high-rise downtown as a couple, have your mom or dad watch the babies or kids for a night or something like that, get a babysitter, stay there, eat, hang out, get some drinks.
A lot of good restaurants, I would say, in Uptown. Lots of different selections and things to do like that for sure.
Yep, but we avoid it. So second place we avoid here in the Charlotte and Upper South Carolina region are certain parks in the area, especially in Charlotte with some higher crime reports. So there are actually, believe it or not, 382 parks in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's just in the city of Charlotte. So there are a ton. There's also a ton in Rock Hill, Fort Mill, so there's an endless amount of parks, but here are some that we avoid at all costs because of the high crime and just the area they're in. First one being Romero Bearden Park. Now, like we just talked about Uptown, this is in Uptown. It's really not very safe. I think this was actually a month ago, a 17-year-old was shot here and died, so not a great area. At night, we used to do faith courses there for the school we used to be into, and there were homeless people all the time. Not that, homeless people are always, crime-ridden, but...
We love you, homeless people.
Yes, but it's just not a safe area, and there are a lot of people that just not great for families to be around, so we avoid those places. Reedy Creek Park is in Northeast Charlotte. It's not in Uptown.
That's so sad. That's like me and my family literally went there like every Saturday growing up, and I think they just still do sometimes.
Yeah, and I'd say it's not the worst part, but it's definitely one that I wouldn't take the family to anymore. Yeah, so it's I guess in the past year, joggers robbed by gunpoint by robbers. In that area, there was actually a 12-year-old that was shot by a 16-year-old right near Reedy Creek Park last month. So not an amazing area to go. That's one place we avoid, which is pretty sad because I think it used to be a lot better of an area,
Probably.
But crime's just kind of grown out to that place. So another park we avoid is McAlpine Creek Park in South Charlotte. Also a lovely park, but it's just grown in crime, especially in the last, I think, 5, 6, 7 years. There's a couple years back, and I think only a year ago the attacker was finally arrested.
Wasn't it like a mom just like running with her kid in a stroller?
Yeah, so really bad. So there's a lot of parks like that we avoid in Charlotte, and now there are a lot of great ones too, and we're going to talk about some of those at the end, so stick around.
Okay, so another place that we tend to avoid, especially if you're not a fan of like crowds, is a lot of overcrowded shopping centers and malls. Concord Mills tends to be very crowded. It's also not a very safe mall anymore, to be honest. Yeah, there's a lot of gang activity, a lot of like human trafficking activity. The last time, well, not the last time I was there, the last time we went together, we were probably there for like 10-15 minutes, and then like everyone had to evacuate out of the mall because I think it was a
bomb threat or something. It would turn out to be nothing, but there's a lot of gang activity there, and that's in North Charlotte, so it's actually north of Charlotte and Concord area, but yeah, not a great place. So.
Yeah, another mall that you maybe should avoid is Carolina Place Mall. That's in like Pineville area, so would that be like South Charlotte?
Yeah.
South Charlotte area.
South Charlotte.
There has been an increase of crime. It's not as bad as Concord Mills, and I don't know if that has to do with it's smaller. I would say, isn't it smaller than Concord Mills?
It is definitely smaller, but it's not by much.
Yeah, but it's just, there can be parking issues, it might be stressful, a little chaotic, but if that's your thing, go for it, because the malls are kind of fun.
Yeah,
but
we've been there a lot, but I
used to go like by myself. I would go walk around, but now I don't think I would do that at all.
Yeah, and we've had friends that have had their cars marked at the place for, human trafficking, like girls our age that we know, and so anyway, it's a place we avoid.
There was like a shooter a few years ago, I think in 2021.
Yeah.
So
not a great place. We avoid it. So, but if you want to go, then maybe just go during the day and take a buddy with you. So, but yeah, parking issues too are a thing. It's just kind of chaotic, especially during the holidays. So we tend to avoid those places, especially with our family. So another different type of thing we avoid in Charlotte are areas with traffic congestion. So example, I-485 and I-77 junction during peak traffic hours is just crazy. It is definitely somewhere I try to work my schedule around. I try and move my appointments either on the before side or after side of rush hour to not be driving during these times. Different areas of even Fort Mill and Rock Hill and Charlotte, Concord, Kannapolis on the highways and different intersections are just not great. So hard to navigate, especially if you have kids and you're trying to get them home and you're in traffic. So between 7:30 and 9 a.m. and then between, I'd say, 2:30 to 6 p.m. are your high rush hour traffic hours during.
Even like I don't remember where I was going, like last week, a few days ago or something. I was driving home, so like not even the direction that there's a lot of traffic, and it was after 6.
Yeah.
And there was still a lot of cars on the road.
It's rough sometimes. Just don't drive, just fly if you can.
Just translate or whatever.
Yeah.
What is that called?
I don't know.
When you just
transport yourself.
I don't know.
Yeah. Be a superhero.
Yeah.
That's the real.
Just do things that aren't possible.
That's the real point behind all this. So, just not a lot of great places. So definitely avoid that if you can.
Yeah.
So if you have to, then buckle down. I get creative with my route. So
Yes.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if you have questions on specific routes I take in areas of Charlotte, if you're thinking about moving here and you do need to commute during rush hour, then let me know. I have some secret ways that I go sometimes. So.
Yeah. But yeah, some roads that tend to get really congested and blocked up are Celanese Road. Is that how you say it? Celanese Road. That's in like North Rock Hill. Another one is Highway 74 going into Indian Trail in Monroe.
Yeah.
I think those are pretty bad a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly just because there's like 2 lanes.
Yeah, they just haven't built for the infrastructure and stuff yet. So, other areas we avoid are parts in East and West Charlotte. Now,
highways going back towards Gastonia tend to get really blocked up as well. So those are kind of some, maybe areas you want to avoid if you're going to be driving, and if you can avoid driving in rush hour, then do it.
So yeah, another area you might want to avoid that we definitely avoid are parts in East and West Charlotte.
Yeah, you're not going to catch us driving in these parts. No, sorry, unless we drive with a tank, maybe.
Yeah, no, they're not that bad, but definitely.
Not a war zone.
Yeah.
But there's high crime and, stuff like that, so.
Yeah, definitely not a place I go to. Now, some of my investors have rental properties that I help liquidate or buy in these areas. That's the reason I would go, but I never take my family unless I guess I absolutely have to, because these areas, especially like West Charlotte, near the airport, it's just a big red spot on the crimegrade.org for high crime in the area. So it's pretty normal being near airport. There's usually a lot of crime, and this place is no exception. Yeah, and then also some areas in East Charlotte near Albemarle Road definitely aren't the best. I've, once again sold some rental properties here for my clients because you can get in for a low price, but might just not be the best place for families. So I walked in on a squatter twice in some of these areas and some of the townhomes I help sell here. So just not the best area, and that's one place we also avoid here in the Carolinas. So definitely do your own research. I usually use crimegrade.org. There's a lot of different places like Neighborhood Scout and different websites you can research in terms of crime, safety of an area. We also know a lot of these areas personally and have been in most of them. So if you have questions about a certain area and some of the areas and neighborhoods in that area that aren't the best, or maybe are better in terms of crime and safety, we'll point you in the right direction. Now, we mentioned 5 different areas we do avoid here in the area. Now, I want to talk about 3 places that we love going to, or maybe 3 different areas that we do go to as a family and we don't mind going to for different reasons. So first are a few shopping centers we actually do like going to. We mentioned a few we don't like going to. These are some that are good and that we do take our family to.
Yeah, so this one's called Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's kind of like an outdoor mall, I guess you could say. Not as busy or maybe dangerous as malls, but still like a fun little kind of thing to do. They got Old Navy's there. What do they have? They got a Gap store. All the like kind of high-end, brand stores that they have at malls.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of stores like that. It's definitely safer, and I would say it's not as busy on the weekends.
Yep.
There's not like a ton of stuff for kids, so maybe not as many activity places or whatever, but yeah, and plus, like I said, it's outdoors, so it might not be temperature-wise the best thing for kids, but we enjoy walking around. We've been there, just us two walk around, and it's kind of fun to window shop or just go in.
Yeah, and some nice things during the holidays. It's also right near Topgolf of Charlotte, so you can go there with the kids and then go to the Charlotte Premium Outlets, which is fun. South Park Mall is another mall in Charlotte. This is in South Charlotte, kind of in the middle of Pineville and Uptown Charlotte, and this is a pretty good area overall. The crime rates are a lot better than those in some of the previous malls we mentioned. I know that in South Park there's some higher end places. We've loved the Cheesecake Factory there. We love a lot of different Maggiano's restaurants are good. So it's more family friendly, I would say. I mean, it's still upscale shopping, but I think there's more families that go there than maybe some of the others just because of the higher crime rates, I would say. But I would say most of all, in terms of shopping, we don't go to a lot of malls. We do prefer some of these historic downtown areas in the Charlotte suburbs, like
smaller boutique places.
Yeah. And you can walk around. It's like a cute, trendy, historic downtown. And if you want to leave, you don't have to go 10 miles to get back to your car. It's just you're in this little downtown, which a couple are like Belmont, North Carolina, York, South Carolina. We really like Fort Mill, South Carolina.
Yeah, downtown Rock Hill.
So great places to go. That's where we like to shop. So now here's a few seasonal events we enjoy.
Yeah, so the first one is McCaddenville. So this one's called like Christmas Town USA. It's basically a cute little neighborhood in McCaddenville, North Carolina. I mean, the houses go to town. They go to Christmas town.
Yeah,
they
literally.
They deck the halls. Fa la 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 la.
Yeah, every house.
They really do.
Every house is decorated.
I mean, there's a few houses on the end of a street or two that are dark, but
yeah.
I mean, like, the whole house is decked out. They've got lights, they've got blow-up Christmas things. They've got Christmas music. There's, like, hot chocolate, I think. I don't know if they still do that, but
I think Santa has a second home there, too. So
yeah,
I don't know for
I think
sure.
there is, yeah. Yeah, this is not the North Pole. It's the South Pole.
It's the North Pole, too, or
South
something.
North Pole.
The Charlotte Pole or something, but yeah, we love that.
Yeah, the Billy Graham Library also has a really beautiful, like, Christmas event that they do there where there's carriage rides and there's probably some hot chocolate involved. I feel like there's always something like that. There's actually like carolers that go there and do little like performances. You can take a tour of the whole library, but it's like Christmas themed. You know, they have a big Christmas tree there. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we also love farmers markets here in our area, like the Charlotte Regional Farmers Market we love. It's a great place in Charlotte that we like to go to. The areas around there aren't the best in terms of safety, but the market there is pretty safe. It's fenced in and it's nice, and there's a lot of cool vendors, plants, food, local farmers come and sell their stuff. Matthews Farmers Market is a great one too that we used to live right nearby. I don't think we ever actually went when we lived there, but
no, we didn't.
It's a great market.
Like, forgot about all the things to do.
But that was a great one. She's been before and stuff. Fort Mill Farmers Market we also have gone to. That's a great little pop-up place right next to downtown Fort Mill, which is a historic little town, which is cool. So on that note, the next few places we love to go to are historic, charming downtowns. So Charlotte suburbs, like the one we live in now, which is Fort Mill, South Carolina, have an amazing downtown area. We love walking it. We've done axe throwing there at an awesome place. We love going to different restaurants there. It's just really trendy and cute.
They got some boutiques, they got some coffee shops.
So a few things for everybody. Rock Hill, South Carolina is another great one. We did a vlog tour there if you want to check that out. So I think it's one of our first videos. So look at that.
Plant shop. I've bought like 3 or 4 plants there, and I got a gift card, so I will be going back.
Yes, and we have that on the video too. So look at that. They have a lot of breweries that do trivia there, live trivia on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. They have bingo and music trivia. I think they have a Ugly Sweater Christmas party somewhere in that area too. So great to go to, and we love those.
Yeah, if you've heard about us and we're internet famous, and if we're at one of those places, you should stop and say hi.
Absolutely.
Nobody probably would ever recognize us out in public.
Yeah. One day when they watch this video, we'll be famous and rich. And, but I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, another one is Matthews, North Carolina. We mentioned earlier. That has a beautiful downtown. It's decorated so nice for Christmas. They have a beautiful library, their public library. York, South Carolina is also a beautiful place. The Garden Cafe is like a restaurant, kind of. It's not like right in the downtown, but it's like a little bit away from it. Oh, yeah. It's so cute. It's literally, I think it's a wedding venue too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like random.
They do events and stuff.
Oh, it's so beautiful. They have like a beautiful like field out in the back, and there's lights over and so many trees and nature.
Yeah. We love York.
It's really pretty. It feels kind of like you're in a fairy garden or something.
Yeah.
I like it.
And just a small plug, the home prices in York are way lower than a lot of the other areas in the Charlottes and even Fort Mill market. So if you're looking for a more affordable town that's, I think, 45 minutes from uptown, 45 minutes from Fort Mill even in some places, definitely check York, South Carolina out. It's a great area. A little bit more of a rural feel than some of those other towns. So yeah, and well, back to the Garden Cafe, I mentioned like everything but the food. The food is really good, in case you were wondering. Yeah, really I think they even made you a custom dish because of your, food sensitivity.
Yeah,
so,
but
which was nice.
It was really good. It was just like a salad with some chicken, but the chicken was like perfectly cooked. It was warm. It was delicious.
Yes, it was good. I had a wrap, I think. So
yeah,
definitely look at it if you're in York.
And
or
on that note, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, let's go.
Anyway, we hope this video helps you better understand the areas in Charlotte that might not be the best fit for every family, and gives you some great ideas for places to enjoy with your loved ones. So if you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insights into living in the Charlotte region.
Do it right now. Subscribe. Okay. And like I said, I get calls and texts all the time from folks looking to buy, sell, or invest in our area. So don't be afraid to reach out. I'm not going to hunt you down or, bug you or give you spam calls every day like all those other people. I just want to help and add value where I can and help you and your family make the best decision on your real estate journey here in the area. So reach out today. My phone, email, and Calendly link are in the description below. Also on my YouTube banner, and we'd love to help show you around town very soon.